Hi everybody, I'm going to show you how to set up your classroom through Blackboard to help get through these upcoming weeks so you can teach your classes live through a Skype sort of system. I might be sniffing, I'm not sick, it's just allergies, I was with my cat. So, we're going to start out on Blackboard. Normally you would have your subjects over here, but since I'm not a teacher, I'm going to do a test with one of these ones. So what we're going to do is on our course page, we're going to go over to the left and go to Tools. And then in here, we're going to find the Blackboard Collaborate Ultra. And we're going to open that. And that's going to take us to this page. So you'll see I already had one up, and that's because I already filmed this. And then I had the wrong audio the whole time, so I'm redoing it. So let's create a session. We're going to call it Test 2. So event details. So what you're going to do is you want to set it up for the date of your class. So if you had it on Mondays, you would click the Monday. Let's say it starts at 9 o'clock in the morning. And then it ends that same day at, let's say, 12 p.m. It's a 3-hour course. If you aren't sure when it's going to end, you're worried that maybe it'll go over, you can click no end. And then repeat session if you want to do, let's say, all 3 weeks. So you do every 3 weeks for 3 weeks, or every week for 3 weeks, something like that. Because it's just a test, we're just not going to do the repeat session. So early entry is for, I have the hiccups now. When you want to set it up, so let's keep it at 15 minutes before start time. That just means, say your class starts at 9, your students can come in from 8:45 a.m. beyond, so if they want to get there early. If you want to do description, so this is FSO 410 learning about flight safety. Quite general, but that's all I know. For this one, I'm just going to put it back to today right now. Oh gosh, if I can, if I can. What time is it? 10:05. 10. Oh goodness, it's because I'm being watched. 10:05 p.m. There we go. Save. So here's my test 2. I can click it, I can edit all my details. If we go to settings, so the default we're going to keep as participant, so that just means when students come in, they don't have the same admin access that you do. These other options down here, you can allow them to download the recordings after you're finished, but I would recommend not doing that if you want to keep it kind of like a live classroom. That way they can't keep your presentations, your slides, and give them out to other people later. You can anonymize chat messages, so if you don't want people to know who they are, but everybody knows each other already, so I think it's fine. And then down here, share audio, video, chat messages, and whiteboard. You can pretty much leave those all like that. There shouldn't be a problem, but I'll talk about that again later. And then here, if you want to click participants can only chat privately. That means they can message you, but the rest of the class won't see it. But I would leave that unchecked because if a student has a question, I'm sure most of the other ones have a similar question. So it's probably best if everybody can see who's confused about what. So we're good. Click Save. Here we'll find the guest link, so you copy that, and that's the link that you send to people, so there it is. You can send that in your email, post it on Blackboard, whatever you want to do with it. And then when you're ready to start your class, we'll click Join Session. So it's going to open this in a new tab. And here we are. So it's going to start by asking you permissions at the top here. It's going to say, are you allowed to use the microphone? Can we use the camera? Because I already recorded this, it's not going to pop up for me because I already approved it. But just allow both. So here's the start. So if I want to do a video, normally you'll have a video, but because I'm already recording myself, it's not going to work. You can't do your camera on both. And then I can unmute myself, but again, that'll cause some feedback because I'm recording this. So when you actually do your class, you'll want both of those activated. You want your video and your audio open. Let's start out with, let's go with this one. So this is your status. So if you want to say class is moving too slow, you want it faster, you can put it on there. Maybe you're confused, you can write you're confused. For now I'm clear. And that'll show up in this tab over here. You can see everybody. So let's say surprised. There we go. So, you know, something you said was really shocking to me and I want the teacher to know. But I'm tired of that, so we'll clear it. And then this one here is raise hand. So if a student has a question, they can raise their hand and then it pops up here and you'll also get a notification because you're the presenter and you can say either, oh, Johnny has a question, Johnny, unmute yourself and you can ask it, or send it through the chat, and then you can answer it in whatever way you like. Okay, so we'll go over here. So this here is the chat room. So this is where everybody would be. You can send a message, you can send an emoji, and if there are moderators, so if there are other teachers in this group, then you can chat with them here and say, what do you guys think? Is this clear enough for the students? Are we putting this on the exam still? Something like that. But for the most part, you'll be in the everyone chat. The next tab is the attendees, like I said. So you'll see the rest of your class there if you want to take a list and see who came to the class. This little ellipsis up here. You can search for students, you can move it. So let's say I want this to be, you know, around. Oops, I want you to go back. Or you can mute. So if students haven't muted themselves and you can hear their background sounds, you know, you can hear them typing, you can hear their family in the back, you can click mute all and that'll prevent people from disrupting the rest of the class. This next tab here is share content. So this is a pretty big tab that you might want to use. So let's start from the top. This is called the whiteboard. So this is what will show up on the screens for the students. So you have your options here. You can select, point, pencil, shapes, text, or erase. So let's say I want to do, let's say I want to do a Venn diagram. Whoa! That's not what I wanted to do. We'll move you over here. And another. Requires a little bit of practice. There we go. And I say students, let's say you've flown with Air Canada and WestJet. If you've flown for Air Canada, WestJet, or maybe you've flown with both. Just a very, very simple explanation. And then we're done, so we're going to clear it. Let's say Air Canada, and then we want another one here, WestJet. And I just want to point to it. Just want to show them what I'm looking at. So pretty simple. And then I'm done sharing, so we're going to click this button over here. And then it would go back. Let's say we want to share an application. So right now I have two screens on my computer. This is the one you're looking at, and this is the one that I see. And that's my recording equipment. So maybe I have this over here. And now you can see my other screen here. Let's say application window. So I can open up Chrome. Maybe I have Keynote open. Maybe I have, what's the other one? PowerPoint open. I can look at that. You know, if you want to share it that way. Maybe YouTube if you wanted to share it like that. Or Chrome tab. So let's say I want to show you my slides. I don't have any FSO slides, but here would be some slides I have for my classes. Or maybe I have a YouTube tab, and if I do have YouTube, I would click share audio so that they could hear it. Lots of fun stuff. And then share files. So this is another big one. Let's say some students weren't able to access the PowerPoint slides or your Keynote slides because Blackboard was down, or maybe their internet connection was too slow. You can upload them here, or say you wanted to share an image that you have, you could share it here. The only thing is you can't actually share Keynote files through this. You can only share PowerPoint, PDF, or image. So if you have a Mac and you only use Keynotes, I would recommend exporting it to PDF. If you need any help, send me an email, send me a text, whatever you need. And then let's move to the next section. So polling, if you want to ask them a question, maybe do like a mini quiz that doesn't count for marks. Multiple choice. So have you flown, or what have you flown on? Air Canada, WestJet. I'm gonna add a choice, multiple, or none. And then you think, oh well, if they're gonna be flight attendants, I'm sure they've flown on something before, so we can remove none. Click start, and then the students will see this, and you can get people to respond. And you think it's been enough time, you end the poll. Or if you want to have a timer, so maybe you're giving them a 5-minute break, you do a little timer, let's say 5 minutes, break, counts down and everyone can see it. And then you think, oh, maybe I want to keep them on their toes, you can hide the view from them, or you can put it back. And timer I can turn off. There's also breakout groups, but it's a little more complicated and I wouldn't really worry about it. If you did want to look into it, feel free to send me an email. Or if you've ever used Cisco, WebEx, they have breakout groups too. It's up to you, but let me know if you want help with that. And then we can move into settings. So this is a lot of basic stuff. You won't really have to deal with any of this. Notification settings, so say you're getting a lot of notifications, a lot of dinging, and it's distracting to you. You can come into notification settings and turn them all off. Or maybe you want to go to session settings and let's say participants can't figure out how to turn off their video, things are too noisy, they can't figure out how to turn off their audio. You can go in here. Maybe the chat's getting a little too rowdy and you're worried they aren't paying attention. You can turn off the chat, turn it back on. And maybe the whiteboard wasn't working out for some people, so you want to turn it off. It's up to you. So that's that section. And then over here in the top left, it's a lot of just basic stuff you don't have to worry about, but it does show you here at the bottom, leave session. So when you're done and you're ready to end the class, click leave session. You can give it a rating if you want to help them develop the tool better, but I'm just going to skip it. And there you go, all done. And you can exit. And that's it. So you can share the link with them here, just as a reminder. You can go in, you can make multiple dates, you can do repeating dates, bunch of different stuff. It's up to you. If you need any help, feel free to send me an email, send me a text message, and I'll be happy to help you. And I hope you found this helpful. Send me any questions if you need to.